The final vote count is in, and the truth of the matter is there was no landslide. Trump did not win a mandate. He didn't even win the majority of the vote. This doesn't mean he's not the legitimate president. It doesn't mean he won't have the power of president. It doesn't mean he didn't win. It means most of us chose something else. Hello and welcome back to Resist 47, and I wanted to start off this video with that message because if you're online, if you're on social media, you probably know, and not unexpectedly, that MAGA is celebrating Trump's victory and talking about all the wonderful and, from my point of view, terrifying things that Trump is going to accomplish, and acting as though this is the choice of the American people. Well, not only did a significant number of us not vote at all, but the majority of us didn't vote for him. And I point that out to encourage you to resist the parts of the Trump administration that you think are unconscionable, to resist because that is your right as an American. I don't remember MAGA rolling over and saying that they had to do and submit to whatever Biden wanted to do because Biden had won a mandate, when in fact Biden won the majority of the vote. Biden won by a much larger margin. Nobody in MAGA said, oh, we just have to do what the president says because that's what the American people want. So there's no reason for us to do, those of us who oppose MAGA and Trump, to do the same thing. And we are still more than a month and a half away, I think, from the beginning of the Trump presidency. And so it oftentimes, to me, feels like it's hard to focus, how I want to resist, what things I want to resist, what things I want to concentrate my resistance on, because we don't know exactly what's going to happen, even though we do have lots of signs. One of the disturbing signs this week or recently was that the state of Texas, the state I live in, has volunteered to provide land for more detention centers or concentration camps for the mass deportation of undocumented immigrants to the United States of America. They are literally volunteering land in Texas for concentration camps. You can call them internment camps. You can call them detention camps. But these are camps that, the Trump administration apparently intends to hold and house millions of undocumented immigrants. Let me just point out to you something. In those camps, they will be overcrowded. In those camps, there will be illness that spreads. In those camps, there will be everyone from infants to elderly people. There will be health problems, and these camps in and of themselves will be incredibly expensive to run. I know what you're saying. Well, they won't keep them there for very long. When has that ever been true? So one of the things I want you to think about is this the America you want to live in? Is this a place you want to be associated with? And I think one of the key ways to not be associated with it is to speak out against it and to do what you can to try to help the people who are going to be the victims of this mass deportation. One of the things you can do is get in touch with, donate, work with, support organizations that do and are going to fight for the rights of the people who end up in these camps and fight for the rights of immigrants to the United States. I'll leave a website that has a list by state of these organizations. There's one of those organizations that I already support and already kind of follow that's here in Texas, but you can use that to find, an organization in your state that does the same thing. One of the things I think that the average American, perhaps, who voted for Trump based on this immigration policy doesn't understand is exactly how much undocumented immigrants contribute to the United States economy annually. And it is literally hundreds of billions of dollars. Billions of dollars in taxes, federal taxes, Social Security taxes, state and local taxes that are collected, hundreds of billions of dollars in spending, because, living here in the United States means they have to spend money on things in the United States. And so in lots of ways, in a real way, if you subtract those hundreds of billions of dollars from the United States economy, small businesses and other businesses are likely to suffer. So what Trump wants to do is literally spend hundreds of billions of dollars rounding up, deporting, housing temporarily, and then somehow shipping back to the country of their origin people who are contributing hundreds of billions of dollars to our economy. Now, if that makes economic sense to you, please explain it to me in the comments. because it doesn't actually make any economic sense. And this is, not including the amount that they contribute to our economy in the form of labor, particularly in agriculture and in food processing industries. So just something to keep in mind. But please, if this is an issue where you want to resist, where you want to speak out, please contact some of these organizations. Again, you can find the website I have listed below and figure out a way you can help those organizations. The other thing, that's ongoing that my videos so far have really been focused on are the nightmare cabinet picks and high-level government job appointees that Trump plans to make. The latest is Kash Patel. Kash Patel is one of the organizers of the January 6th coup attempt, attempting to provide legal foundation for that. He has pledged himself to, prosecuting and going after the people who prosecuted and wrote stories about, Trump's illegal activities. He's written a book. There's a hit list in the back of the book of the people he intends to go after. And Trump wants to make him the director of the FBI. This would be an authoritarian, nightmarish move, which threatens the rule of law and threatens the personal freedom of, hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of Americans. That appointment must be resisted. So I'm going to again encourage you to write your senator, to write the senators that I included in the list in my last video, which I'll copy and put down below as well. That the only people who can hold the line against Trump in any way, shape, or form are any group of a coalition of four Republican senators who will block his obviously authoritarian government-destroying appointees like Kash Patel, like Pete Hegseth, who I believe is unlikely to ever be the Secretary of Defense, like Tulsi Gabbard, who's unqualified for and probably couldn't pass a security clearance for Director of National Intelligence, for RFKjr. To be the Director of Health and Human Services, giving a man who doesn't believe in medical science control over our health care. These people must be opposed, and we must do what we can to encourage senators to block as many of these people as we can. The most egregious examples, I think, are the ones I listed. Pam Bondi as Attorney General is going to be a nightmare, but, she's likely to be approved because she is at least qualified for the job, having been a state Attorney General. And there are others as well who are going to get by. But at the very least, I think these people who I've listed needed to be blocked. And let me encourage you once again to write your senators. You can write your senators about the issues related to illegal immigration and about these cabinet appointees. But I wanted to come back and make a video and encourage you to resist in ways which you feel comfortable with. Even if it's just joining a group that reads banned books, even if it's just joining a group which fights for the right of kids and adults to read books from their library that the powers that are about to be don't approve of. That is a form of resistance, and please take part in any way you can. Anyway, there you go. There is my video for this week. I look forward to your comments in the comment section below, and as always, thank you for watching.